Hey guys, Charlotte here today. I am in the kitchen, just getting ready to uh, take some things over to the women's shelter. So I am late starting this video. So I wanted to at least get a jump start, but time got the best of me. But I'm gonna drop this stuff off for the women's shelter shortly. So I did prepare like 12 pounds of pasta as well as a meat sauce and a garden salad. So I am doing a garden salad right now, just chopping up some stuff, um, and just a standard garden salad. Just your lettuce, tomatoes, got an assortment of greens, tomatoes, and baby cucumbers, and as well as some other side components to go with this as well. But I just wanted to just share with you today, just sharing and just let you know that, I remember one of the other posts that I posted, and I was talking about being a blessing. So there's a few things that a lot of people don't even know about me, other than family and a few friends, outside of my church family. So, giving back, it is always vital to always give back. So this is not new to me as far as, preparing food for the women's shelter as well as feeding the homeless. So, my church here in Georgia, we go out every Saturday, and then, a few other things. So go out every Saturday and, go downtown and feed the homeless. So not only feeding the homeless, so, we give out sleeping bags, clothes, toiletries, some of the things that they actually need to help them function. So, while they're there, they're not forgotten. So we try to at least do our part to try to make it, try to make it a little comfortable for them. I know, comfort is not the word, but try to make it a little comfortable for them so they won't have to seek out some of the things that they need. Because, the word of God say, the poor you'll have with you always. So, no matter where you go, no matter what walk of life that you're in, you can always have poor people. Even, there was even poor people in the Bible, but yet and still, there were people there to help assist. There were people there to help give them some of the things that they need. So, the women's shelter here, it's a women's shelter as well as a children's shelter. So this is just women and children, no men. But we do, cater to the men as well. So there's a men's shelter as well as we do our prison ministry as well as the nursing home. So, my church is constantly involved in outreach. And that was one of the things that I learned at an early age, growing up with my mom. My parents were active members of the church as well. So, doing outreach and foreign mission, that's nothing new to me. That's why like I've always mentioned, what I mentioned earlier, about giving back. We are blessed to be a blessing to someone else. So, the things that we go through in life, the things that we go through in the course of a day, we may think that is, it might be horrible, it might be terrible, whatever word you want to use. We might think that state that we're going in is just horrific, but there's somebody else out there that is going through things far greater than what we're going through. So, we have to still have compassion, empathy, as well as sympathy for our fellow man. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And like I said, I am just chopping up some stuff for a garden salad. And I had the time trying to find pans. I thought I had extra pans here in the house, which I always usually will have. But instead of me taking my chafers there, I just tried to find pans. And then when I finish the garden salad, I am going to actually get started on the pasta. So I'm gonna try to make it easier for them, because when I drop this off, they're gonna be ready to eat, and it's gonna be at 4 o'clock when they get ready to eat. So I'm gonna leave the house here at 2:30, and it takes me about maybe 35-40 minutes to get there. So the food will be hot when I get there, and the only thing they're gonna do is just go ahead and just dive on in and eat. So The pasta that I made, like I said, it was about 12 pounds of pasta. And then the sauce is just a standard sauce. So one of the things that we always try to focus on, at least myself, try to make sure nobody have any allergies. So that's the number one thing. So nobody has any food allergies. So we're doing children as well as women. So it's just a standard sauce. So I did put ground Italian, so a sweet Italian sausage in there, as well as ground beef, and I did bell peppers and onions, and garlic. So when I do a regular meat sauce, my veggies that I put in there are more so for flavor and not for texture. So for flavor, it is the small, which is very small diced, not so much on the mint side, but it's very small to where when it cooks, it almost cooks away. So I just want flavor, not texture. So when you're doing texture, it is for those large pieces or large dices, or just rough chops that you put in stuff. So just keep in mind that, dealing with children, so children can be a little picky. So like I said, just bell peppers and onions, as well as fresh garlic, as well as onion powder, Italian seasoning, amongst a few other seasons that I put in there. So I just wanted just to have just a nice flavor to it, because like I said, it's a meat sauce, and you're cooking for children as well, and children can be very picky. Now for myself, I like to put a whole lot of stuff in mine for my sauce. So I don't discriminate. I even put red pepper flakes in mine. But when you're cooking for other people, you have to keep in mind that everybody's palate is not like mine. But for those that do like it, then absolutely. But I'm going to do the pasta in batches, because I'm gonna mix the sauce as well as mix it with the pasta, the sauce and the pasta together. Like I said, it need to be ready for them to eat once I get there. So I'm going to assemble that in just a minute. Okay, so I hit the wrong button. Alrighty. Anyway, so like I mentioned, so I did the pasta in batches, and good thing I did it al dente, because I was trying to make it as easy as possible. So I went ahead and I assembled everything. And as you can see, so I have my garden salad there, and I just hit it with a little bit of parsley, which is fresh parsley that I actually dried myself. And I'm gonna hit a little bit of parsley on the top of the spaghetti and meat sauce. So I did more than enough meat sauce, and I did put some at the bottom as well. So, and then I do have some dinner rolls. So I just pop those in the oven a little bit and put a little bit of butter on those. And I'm gonna wrap those and put the top on those, and wrap everything over here in plastic as well as foil. And I'm gonna leave my half sheet pans underneath there, because these are cheap, and I was rushing trying to find some, couldn't find the ones that I usually use, so I have to order those, the ones that I usually use. But join me back, and gonna take this over there to the women's shelter, like I said. So I know I can't shoot any footage on the inside because of privacy, because some of the women, they are, being in the shelter, you gotta look at it this way, because a lot of people are displaced, and it's not by choice. So when life happens, you have to deal with things as it comes, and a lot of them do have children there. So, they have a sense of a shame about themselves. But the shelter does help them, with job placements and everything, and try to help them to get back on their feet. So they're not there long term. So once they get established, get their jobs, and they do find them a place to stay as far as suitable housing, and as well as daycare for the children. So that's what I do like about the shelter, because I've been dealing with them since pre-COVID. So I used to go over there and like during the holiday times and everything, especially cook for the holiday. But it's really good shelter. So I'm gonna see if I could shoot, If not, I'll probably just shoot a little bit all the way up until I get ready to drop the food off. So join me back in just a minute. All right, guys, just dropped off the food over at the women's shelter, and believe it or not,
we're all set. Drive safely.
Even after
in 900 feet,
3-4 years,
right,
well, actually 6
then
years,
turn left.
so they still have the same staff that's here, and which is remarkable. So driving off the premises now, so I wish that I would have, you know, was able to shoot the footage so that you'll be able to see the facility, but you know, for privacy reasons. So like I said, you know, it's a really nice facility, and let me see if I can turn it around. So they have multiple buildings with different stuff for the women and for the children. So really nice scenery that's here. It's a very secluded area. When you drive in, of course, you have to get access in order to get in on the premises. And it is tucked away, like I said, pretty much it's like in the middle of nowhere, except when you get off on the main road. But very nice facility. So yeah, just like I mentioned also in one of my other videos as well. So, you know, always wanting to give back, always wanting to do for your fellow man as well. So being a blessing to other people, you know, that's truly something. So we're leaving right now. So my husband's actually driving. So say hello to the good people.
Hello.
To the YouTube people, fam.
Hey, how y'all doing? God bless you.
Amen. All right, guys.
Welcome to the world and make a difference.
Absolutely.
Turn left on Tuggle Road Northeast.
So, alrighty, guys. So I am getting ready to sign off. Forgive the video.
Turn left on West Rock Quarry Road Northeast.
So forgive my fingers everywhere on the video. So my apologies. But yes. So once again, so be a blessing to somebody else. So I just want to just share that with you guys. And until next time, be blessed, stay encouraged, and continue to look to God to live. So I am out.